everybody. Thank you for joining me here on this chilly night here in Michigan. But I hopefully I can heat it up for you here on the live stream. My name's Kendall Hines. If you don't know who I am, I own a lawn care company in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I grew it from 60 accounts to 2,000 accounts in a short amount of time, right? What we did telemarketing, cold calling, pretty much all the lowest cost per sale type of marketing you can do. I've done it, and that's how we grew the business so quick. We were at home shows, like literally everything that you could have done, we did to grow the business. Networking with landscapers, saying, hey, we'll do your fertilizer treatments for you at a discounted rate, and picking up 60 accounts at a time. Going after those large commercial RFPs. We take care of the airport here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. This is my latest venture and soon to be my full-time venture as my younger brother. Jordan will be taking the reins of the family business. He's going to do a tremendous job and kind of continue the work that I've started with our lawn care company here in Grand Rapids, and based on the demand so far with Lawnbot, I'm going to be running with this. And we're building this platform in a way to attack every service vertical, right? Lawn care, pest control, mosquito control. I was talking to a dumpster service yesterday. He drops off dumpsters to people, and I said, what are you doing on your phone? And he's like sitting there talking to people and texting, and I'm like, we need to digitize this and allow your customers to buy and pay instantly. Like you're driving yourself nuts. And how do you scale one person, right? How do you scale? One person can only take so many phone calls in a day. And we're all human, right? We do bathroom breaks, lunch breaks. Like we need to go home at 5 to pick up the kids, or maybe we don't work Saturdays and Sundays. So that's a little bit of background about me. It's 7 o'clock now. I'm going to jump into the Lawnbot process here. So what you're looking at here is the lawnbot.biz process. So at the bottom there, you can see when a customer wants your service, right now, what they do is they go to your website or they call your office and they fill out your contact form. And typically an email is triggered and sent to your office and somebody calls them to follow up. Or, you call them on the phone, or maybe you go out there and actually do the estimate. So this is the current process for pretty much every service business, right? Customer wants your service, they go to your website, they fill out the contact form, and then an email is sent to your office. And the most success that we've had so far with this platform is keeping that process the same, right? Changing behavior in humans is tough. The way people buy lawn care from companies is they go and look at Google reviews. They might go to True Green, Lawn Doctor, and Weedman. They'll read the reviews, and they fill out the contact form, and then they wait, right? Well, the first people that are going to contact them is going to be True Green, right? They have 2,000 reps in a call center down in Dallas, Texas, and they're going to call that person within seconds, right? And some of the other people, they might call them within a few minutes. So how we capitalize on the speed to the lead with Lawnbot is when somebody requests a quote on your website, within seconds, we're either transferring them to the URL of the bot, or we're texting them a special link. And when they tap on that special link, whether it's on their phone or a desktop, they're going to land on your bot. Okay, so you see at the top there, once somebody goes to your website, they request a quote, boom, within seconds they're getting a text message saying, hey Karen, it's Kendall with Lawnbot. Go and get your instant quote at this link. So they tap that link, it's a custom link, and they begin the chat flow. And the bot knows who they are based on their special customized link. So this is kind of the flow and process. I know it looks a little confusing. If you need more clarification, I can definitely answer any questions. At this point, I'm going to show you what the customer would see, which is essentially your bot. So let's see here. There we go. Alrighty. And we'll go here. Wonderful. So this is what the customer would land on, right? Emerald. This is one for Mark in Illinois. This is emeraldlawncareinc.com/instant quote. You'll notice your bot will live on your website. So what we do is we go in, whether it's your web team or maybe you manage the page, we'll go in and help you get that. It's just a little bit of a HTML snippet code that we need on your page so that it can live on your website, right? And this also helps rank with SEO rankings as well. There's lots of good content in each of these bots, and it really helps with SEO rankings as well. So at this point, well, let's pretend I'm a customer. I'm Karen Jones. I just went to your website, and boom, I was texted this link, emeraldlawncareinc.com/instant quote, and a phone number, and boom, I land here. Hello, my name is Emma. Welcome to Emerald Lawn Care Instant Quote. I can measure your lawn, analyze your lawn, tailor a custom program, and deliver an instant quote. Click Let's Get Started. And as I mentioned before, the bot's going to know who I am based on this special link in the URL. You see that at the top there has a phone number. And boom, welcome back, Kendall. Test. There's a picture of the house from a street view. There's some kids playing in the driveway, and from an aerial shot as well. You're looking for a quote for your home located at 2604 Arrowwood Lane, correct? Programs. Now keep in mind, the reason why there's a little bit of an onboard cost associated with this is it's hyper customized. We go in and customize it with your logo, all of the verbiage to make it sound like your market, right? If you're in the South, you don't want a bot that sounds like you're from the North. So we really want to go in and customize your bot to sell the programs like you sell the programs over the phone, so it's a consistent experience. So here, nice picture of their team, a little quick value add. And just like we do over the phones, we're asking, hey, do you do your own fertilizer and weed control, or have you hired another company to do it? And we'll say, I do it myself. We would welcome the opportunity to do it for you and free up some time. How would you currently rate the happiness with your lawn? We'll say a 3 out of 5. And so I can customize your lawn's fertilizer needs. What's the current thickness of the lawn? Is it thick, patchy, thin? And the beautiful thing about this experience, whether overselling it over the phone, is that your client is able to actually see what you'd be talking about over the phone. Like, hey, Mrs. Jones, is it patchy out there? Is it thin? And the really cool part about all this is based on their selections throughout the chat. Let's say I pick patchy and I hire True Green, or I pick thin and do this. You can have different things happen within the chat flow. Maybe you're selling them a different program if they have a patchy or thin lawn rather than if their lawn is thick, right? Maybe if they have a patchy and thin lawn and they're in the north, maybe you sell them your 7-app program and aeration and seeding, for example. So we can have different things happen in the chat flow depending on how you normally sell it in your business. So for this example, let's just say patchy. Wonderful. Your Emerald Lawn Care program will be tailored to your needs. What's the biggest concern out there, Kendall? And this is cool. We didn't have this in version 1. We're currently on version 3 of the product. We're always trying to innovate this and make it better. But so this is what's some of the biggest problems out there? Broadleaf weeds, grub damage, crabgrass. Like, what are you seeing out there, Kendall? And based on their selections here, they can pick multiple ones, by the way. So I can pick broadleaf weeds and crabgrass. Maybe it's mite damage if you're out in Colorado. Whatever it is in your market, we can program that to your specifications, which is kind of one of the reasons why I think we've had such good results so far, is that the bots, they actually feel like an experience just like over the phone. You feel like you're dealing with a human, and it's customized to your market and your business and your agronomic region as well. So for this example, let's just say broadleaf weeds, crabgrass. A lot of people have those issues, right? You're not alone. Weeds tend to be the most common complaint. Broadleaf weed control is sprayed in the spring and the fall when weeds are actively growing. We also spot treat on visits as needed. And one of the most important parts of this, I believe, we didn't have this in version 1, it's a very critical feature, is you'll see this little note here where it says, because the season's already started, there's only one application remaining this season, right? So This is a little bit less important to the guys in the South, maybe in Georgia or Florida, because you guys service all year, come to find out. But up in the North here, when we take 3 or 4 months off, if somebody comes to us in, let's say, October, November, we don't want to sticker shock them and sell them 6 apps and kind of scare them away. The bot is smart, so it knows when the chat's taking place, and we can have different things happen depending on that, however you do it in your current business. So in this case, in Illinois, they only have 1 round remaining, probably not any, considering we're getting a lot of snow up here. Now, bear in mind, this process typically only takes 2 minutes, but I'm reading everything. So it's a really quick, really efficient process. Want to see more? Show me. I finished measuring your lawn, ta-da, making sure not to include the house and the driveway, and measured 8,045 square feet. I'd recommend our Emerald Lawn Care program. We do 6 applications each season. Because the season's already started, again, there's only 1 app remaining. Well, how much is it? Your cost per application would be $67. I'd love 1 season to show you what we can do. Are you ready to get started? So at this point, they can say, yes, let's do it, or I need to think about it. This is one of the beautiful things about chat and a conversational experience. It's not just giving them a price, right? It's not just giving them a menu approach. And this is why I think it's so effective and why we've had such good results is we're able to actually say, yes, let's do it. Let's sign up for the $67 an app, or do you need to think about it? A lot of people say they need to think about it, right? So we can program in those different objections, and the best part is we can program in rebuttals and tie downs and closes to hopefully, in theory, close more sales, because we're actually selling now, right? A sale is made when somebody says no to something. Okay, I understand, Kendall. I understand you need to think about it. Most people don't buy on the first interaction. What exactly is holding you back today? Is it price, product, or people? Like, which one is it? So let's just say I need to think about it for now, because we'll end up in the same spot here in a second. No problem. There's a lot to consider when picking a lawn care company. What do you still need to think about, Kendall? The price, the product, or the people? And depending on what they pick here, it will give a different response. It will give a tie down, and then it will go in to close the customer again. And we can actually program in different things if they say I need to think about it more than twice. Then it programs in the tie downs and closes. And if they say I need to think about it more than twice, we can have a couple things happen. In my business, we use Calendly as an internal calendar function, and the way Calendly works is it allows the client to book a callback at a time that's good for them, and it would pop up right in the chat flow, which is a really, really beautiful thing. But in Mark's case, he didn't want to integrate Calendly, and that's totally fine. If the client says I need to think about it more than twice, then it triggers an email to his office staff to reach out with all of the client's selections throughout the chat process. So it would say Karen Jones at this address with all these concerns. Here was her chat conversation. Please have somebody reach out to her ASAP and close the sale. And those phone calls usually go a lot quicker, right? Hey Karen, I saw you just on our instant quote. I saw you were using TruGreen. You have a thin lawn, and you said your objection was product out there. What else can I answer for you to get on your lawn this season? I want to be your guy, and I want to help you on make that thing green, thick, and weed free. What else do you need to see from me to make that decision today? So from a sales perspective, you have a lot more ammo, I guess, going into the phone call. A lot of the bot's already done a lot of that legwork of asking all those probing questions. So at that point, it's like, well, what's holding you back? We know it's not price. What are you looking for in a lawn care company that I haven't committed to do for you right now? So, but at this point, let's just say, hey, they apply professional grade products. They use slow release granular and liquid apps of weed control, and I'm ready to sign up. So let's say, yes, let's do it. And this is where it gets wonderful and amazing. Not only is it booking the sale, but it's going to take payment here as well. So wonderful. The cost per application for the Emerald Lawn Care program, $67. Would you like to prepay $67 for the 1 app remaining, or pay as we perform the work? So in this case, what we did for Emerald in Illinois is we programmed in a function in the bot to say after September 1st, don't offer prepay discount. Offer a 0% prepay after September 1st. So because there's only one app remaining, right? We don't want to give them. He didn't want to give them 5% off or 7% off for just one app remaining. So at this point, let's just say prepay $67. Excellent. We can't wait to help you with your lawn. Ready to pay now? Yes. Boom. Generating payment. This pops up. Client enters their card info. I'm not going to do it. Sorry, Mark. I'm just kidding. So the client at this point would enter their card information, and the card would be charged. As it currently sits, I'll go back to my image here. As it currently sits, you'll see at the end of the flow, let's see here. At the end of the flow, a notification email would be sent to your office and team. With the sale notification emails, additionally with that, if they didn't buy, an email would also be sent to your staff saying, hey, chat summary, this customer did not buy, here was all their selections during the chat, and that way you can call and follow up with them. We got some questions coming in here on the old Facebook. Let's see here. Jordan Ford, Tyler, where is the lawn size coming from? Is this assuming you already have measured in real grain or similar? No. So as it sits right now, we do have an integration partnership we're very excited about. Can't really say much about it now, but it's a nice one. But anyway, as it sits right now, we're depending on your market, so we go in and we're pulling real estate data from Zillow or your local GIS in your county. So we're pulling parcel size. And what's cool is we can actually set a square footage cap. So if the lot size is over 40,000 square feet, then I do not want that client to go to the bot, right? And I do not want my bot to give anybody pricing who has a lot size of over 40K, right? We found that the results are a little bit less accurate the bigger the lot size, right? So if they have a 10-acre lot, there's a good chance 9 of the acres isn't lawn. So I'd rather have a salesperson talk to that person, and we can actually program a cap to not ever quote anybody over whatever your maximum is. So there's companies in Colorado, their maximum is like 10 to 15,000 square feet for their cap size, and that's just because there's lots of xeriscaping out there. They have really small lawns. So that's just what that client felt comfortable with for the cap size. So let's go back here. Let's see here. We'll go over to the slides. Lawnbot.biz /. So that was a look from the client side. So to finish answering that question about, let's see here. So to finish answering that question about measurements is we go into each market and we set up a formula based on your specific market. So that formula might be different for, let's say, Raleigh, North Carolina to Colorado to Michigan. All those percentages in your formula is specialized to your specific market. And how we do that is we take lot size and we take a certain percentage from that lot size to come up with estimated lawn size. And that's how we're getting quotes done. And typically what we're finding is once we can kind of hone in that formula, because it's a fluid process, once we get that formula down, we're getting within 500 to 1,000 square feet. And that's usually close enough for most companies to be okay with. Within that margin of error, the idea is that, from start to finish, from a time that somebody's interested in your service, they can not only get a quote, they can sign up and pay, and nobody had to talk to them, right? A computer just made that sale. That's something that's amazing. It's a self-service feature, and if you're like me, if you're like a lot of my customers, if you're like the you know, in our pilot program this year, we had over 3,000 chats and over 200,000 in closed business through the Lawnbot platform. That was people entering their credit card number to a chatbot and signing up for lawn care. That doesn't include any of the salespeople that called the people that didn't go through the bot, and then they ended up signing up anyway. So um, it's been really, really interesting to see this adopted. I think we're just at the start, and based on seeing the early data coming in, it was enough data for me to say, wow, maybe I should pursue this full time. I think there's a really, really big problem, and this is more of a laggard industry when it comes to technology, and typically for the price that this costs, it's really a no-brainer when you start thinking about how expensive actual salespeople or even office staff are for sitting on the phone. Um, the bot said exclude the house. How is that known and excluded from lot size? Ted, Jeremy, I will drop the slideshow in the comments here. I will definitely do that. Ted said the bot said it exclude the home driveway from the Zillow data. How is that known and excluded from lot size? Ted, that's something that when we're going through the onboard process and programming your bot, we internally test it, and we also test it on external sources, checking the formula to see how close we're getting. And the best part is we can change it, right? So if during the season you're noticing it's a little bit off, that's part of the Lawnbot service cost. Is you get my company, you get Lawnbot for support, and we can change your formula on the fly in real time to get closer to the percentages. Does it integrate with Service Autopilot in any way? So it depends on the integration and I guess what you have signed up for through Service Autopilot. It just depends. Every case is different. I think they offer some different options in terms of automations on their side, and that opens up some functionality that, in a way, we have some clients that do use Service Autopilot now, and there is a way to make it integrate in a sense. So Ty, if you want me to dig into that more with you, I'd be more than happy to do that. Let's see here. I'm going to go through and read some of these comments. Let's see. A lot of people ask about data. Where is it stored? How's it used? This is the back end of a bot here. So as you can see, we export the data from our system to a Google Sheet, and we share this sheet with you. Very secure, actually. And you could have it's a real-time living database of your bot, how much the square footage it quoted them, what it quoted them, all of the person's contact number, and the links to the image sizes here. So you would have access to your data in real time. So that's kind of exciting there. Let me take you through some of this is kind of cool to me. So in the early data that we've done so far, I went through and broke down, hey, who's actually buying through this? Is it old folks? Is it younger folks? So what we're finding is the largest percentage, as I'm sure you can imagine, would be ages 30 to 40. The next jump up is ages 40 to 50, and then 60 to 70, and then this would be the next highest one. So it's literally every type of lawn care buyer is buying this way. Gender comparison. This was very interesting. This is by means. This is not a scientific study. What I did is I basically integrated with the White Pages API, and as people were buying and paying and signing up, it would let me know who they were, right? Male, female, and ages. So gender comparison here. So 72% of the buyers through the bot were male. I thought that was super surprising, and 28% was female. I don't know why that is. Again, we only had an early spring pilot. So that's kind of the data we have. We're getting some more questions in here. Where do the payments go? Ty, great question. As it sits right now, I'm having my clients create a Stripe.com account. They're one of the largest online retailers, payment processors, just like Square or anything else. So the money would be deposited directly into your company's bank account. We don't handle any of the payment processing for compliance reasons to be PCI compliant. So once the card is charged, that money is getting deposited directly in your bank account. Stripe charges normal fees just like any other company. Typically, I think it's 2 point something percent. Do you have any way to deal with states that have signed contract with specific verbiage in order to service properties? Yes. So we actually this has been growing pretty quickly. I'm bringing on a CTO, technical partner in this business, and we do have the ability to, similar to Square, where you could do a signed finger or something of that nature. We can definitely program that in and make it happen and get confirmation for specific verbiage. Wayne, it's funny you say that. So I have a client in Delaware who has a pesticide ban, which I thought was super interesting. And some of the zip codes that he services in has to be on an organic program. He can't use any pesticides. So that's one cool thing about the bot is we can filter by zip codes, and based on their zip codes, we can have we can sell a different program. So if they're in one of those zip codes that they can't do any pesticides, we can sell them the organic plan. And if they're in the other zip codes, then we can do the normal one. So it's cool that we can segment the process, the flow, based on their zip codes. So that's kind of just like you do over the phone. So I think that'd be kind of interesting. Matt, do you have any way to deal with states that requires, Matt, how is the service area determined? Can you pick certain cities or zip codes within your market? Is the payment portal yours or your own? So let me answer your first question. Yes, you can pick certain cities and zip codes. What I do during the onboard process is once the client signs up and pays their deposit, I send them an onboard email basically asking all of the fine points that we're going to go in and program your bot with. So how many applications do you do? What kind of programs do you want to sell? What are your price tables? What zip codes do you service in? So a lot of people like to stay within their areas, and if it's outside of that zip code, they don't want to book business in somewhere that's way far out from where they normally service. So based on we can filter by zip code. Yes, we can filter by zip code. And the payment portal, I think I already answered that. It'd be stripe.com. Since I'm here, I can kind of show you what that looks like. So you just go to stripe.com and you can monitor all of your payments within the dashboard here, and it's a super slick dashboard. It's free to set up a Stripe account, and the way we integrate with Lawnbot is I just ask you to go to developers here, this little developers tab within Stripe, and hit API keys, and you just give me your I won't show that too much. You just give me your API keys, and I program that into the bot. So that's how we get it to integrate. Jesse, hope you're doing well. In theory, you can adjust the price matrix from Zillow based on the zip codes that you know to larger square meter. Correct, Ted. So that's interesting you mentioned that. Say you have 5 zip codes that in rural areas, you know it's a different percentage than, let's say, the more city areas. You could have different zip codes in theory for each set of zip codes that you service in. Absolutely. It's you could absolutely do that. Jesse Smith in the house. Mike Mansour. Appreciate everybody tuning in to the stream. Today. Let me just scroll through these comments. I want to make sure I answer any questions that anybody might have. So let's see. Just pull this up. All right. This is just a little graph. Harvard Business Review did a study. When somebody's interested in your services, they say your chance of closing that sale goes down considerably. So within that first 5 to 10 minutes of them being interested, there's a 10 times decrease after that first 5-minute threshold. So think about it. When somebody is interested in your website, and in this case, they go to Lawn, we'll just say Emerald we'll go to the website. I'm Mrs. Smith and I'm interested in lawn care. Go to the website, fill out the contact form, and then literally 2 minutes later, I'm getting a text message on my phone. Hey, this is Emma with Emerald Lawn Care. Your instant quote's waiting for you at this link, and then your client would tap and roll into that chat flow from there. So literally, you're now contacting that customer quicker than TruGreen, quicker than any national company. And the best part is what I've been seeing, some of the benefits I think about when I first built this. I just built this. The reason why I built it was because we spend so much money on getting that phone to ring and generating inbound leads that in the spring, when we get that spring rush, I don't care if you have a sales team of 20 dudes on the phone. You're going to miss people because you're not getting to them quick enough. I mean, you think about how many leads and sales you generate in the spring. It's a lot. So it's tough to keep up with. If anybody has any questions after the stream today, feel free to shoot me a text message or shoot me an email. I'll go over the pricing on this. I know somebody asked about pricing. How much does service cost? Typically, depending on your business, depending how large it is and how many markets you service in, obviously we're going in and we're customizing your bot to match your service market. So we list our prices here on the website. And what I realized is what I didn't want to do is nickel and dime folks and 10 cents and 15 cents for a lead or an email or whatever. So as a business owner, I want a fixed cost I can plan on. So this is our pricing model here. Typically we charge $1,000 to $2,000 for the design and build. That's like the deposit that's paid. And once we go live, this is the ongoing cost. So if you have 0 to 4,000 customers, it's $249 a month. If you have 4,000 to 6,000 customers, this is when I say customers, I say typically most businesses auto renew their services year to year, right? So in our company, we have 1,900 customers this year is how much we ended up with. So therefore, I'd fall in this first bracket, the $249 a month. And the reason why we do this, and if you're on the higher end there, 6,000 to 10,000 customers, it's $450 a month. Clearly, if you own a business, even at this price, the $450 a month, that's cheaper than any salesperson, cheaper than any office staff you could ever have. You think about actually paying wages. That's less than for a month. That's less than somebody you'd pay for a week typically, plus workers' comp, plus insurance, and all that good stuff. So it's pretty exciting. And again, if each package you get unlimited quotes. The inbound lead automation. We do have an open API. We can talk to any of the programs that you might have. However you run your business, we have an open API on our end and can shoot the data however and wherever you want it to go, just as long as the end program allows us to talk to it. So we talk with over 1,500 apps and programs. We can integrate with your Facebook ads and your Google pay-per-click ads. That's all included in each package here. So if you're interested in learning more, if you want an actual proposal for your business for next season, just go to lawnbot.biz. Again, that's lawnbot.biz. Fill out this contact form, or you can fill out this little bot here at the top, and I'll reach out and get you a proposal. Basically, where we're sitting is I'm guaranteeing a if you want a spring launch. I'm just recommending you be signed up by the end of December to guarantee a spring launch for 2020. Right now, we have a lot of customers we have proposals out to, just waiting to be signed, and we have a lot of customers that are building out their bots as we speak. So if you're interested in getting a bot, on the ground floor of this technology and this program, go to lawnbot.biz and just fill out the contact form. I'd be happy to put a program together for anybody. Mike, better than I expected. That's all I can say. Mike, better than I expected. Let's just say I already booked my room. Okay. Does this do anything for upsells on existing customers or new leads only? Oh, great, Tyler, you brought up a great thing. So currently, this is where we're starting is the new sale acquisition. Now, on our roadmap is customer service, upsells, and payment collections. So we've been testing out things around collecting past due people, basically texting them a link with not where they don't have to log in anywhere. You text them a simple link, and I did this in my own business because we're owed about 20 grand right now. You text them a simple link, they tap that link, it says, "Oh, welcome back, Karen. You owe me $300. Do you want to pay the 300 or do you want to do a partial payment?" And depending on what they pick, Stripe pops up and boom, gets that money within 60 seconds. No logging in, no BS, just straight to the point. It should be easy to pay your bill. We're not the frickin' Fort Knox, right? We're spraying lawns, right? $60. I want to pay you money. Like, it should be easy, not hard. So that's kind of the goal with this. We're starting with sales, then we're going to move into customer service, then payment collections. Along that line would be upselling current customers. So what we did in my company, we were testing out a mosquito bot, and basically we blasted it out to all the actives that weren't signed up for mosquito, and they were able to get an instant mosquito price and sign up and pay. And nobody had to deal with them or anything. Just booked the sale for them, took the money, and at that point we added it in Real Green. And eventually, when things are the way I see them, that data would be shot in. You wouldn't even have to touch it. It would be shot into your CRM system. That sale would be activated. It'd be in status 9. It would post the payment. It would put a call log notification in your SA, letting you know, hey, Lawnbot just sold a new deal for you. All you got to do is go service them. So it's really, I think we're less than 6 months away from that. Let's just say that. So, but yeah, Tyler, to answer your question, we're starting with sales, then we're going into customer service, then payment collections. But we're building this out in a way to where, it's not just fertilizer and weed control you can sell through the bot. We have customers that offer mowing services, for example. So their bot would look a little bit different. Basically, at the top of the flow, it would ask them, hey, what are you looking for? And they can pick mowing, fertilizing, mosquito, mowing and fertilizing, just fertilizing, just mosquito. Based on their selection there, it would be a different process. So we're building this framework out in a way where we build out the blocks and then we release the blocks, and boom, you can offer that sales process and book those types of sales through the platform. So I built this to fix my own problem, and that was I was listening to salespeople get paid a commission for getting rollover sales in the spring, right? Think about how many people call you with their credit card in their hand, and they're ready to sign up. They're going to sign up with the first person they talk to, as long as they sound like somewhat competent. And my experience so far with this, with talking to the end clients and the end users, is clients really like it. They like the fact that they can interact instantly with your company and get a price and sign up and pay if they'd like to. So I think this is just the start. You look at everything else in the world. Look at Uber Eats. Look at Grubhub. Look at all these things where people are paying more for convenience, right? I get my groceries delivered to my house. I hate to admit it, but we do. It's because I'm here at 7, 8 o'clock still at the office at night. We get our groceries delivered, and we pay more to have that happen, right? We pay for the convenience. So it's been really interesting kind of seeing this take off, and getting it down to the GIE and showing people what it is. And so if I've already given you a proposal, and if you have additional questions, let me know. If you need me to resend it, I'd be more than happy to resend it to you. If you need a quote, like I said, go to lawnbot.biz, or you can text me as well, but lawnbot.biz, that's where all the information I covered is today. We'll be doing another, Patrick, how does it work with a CRM software that doesn't have API and likely won't for some time? Is there a back end to log into to see what the bot quoted? Yes, there is. I talked about that. Maybe you probably are just jumping on, but I talked about that in earlier in the chat. As a Lawnbot customer, you'd have access to, we export your data to a Google Sheet that only you would have access to via a private link. And you could see in real time throughout the season, it would stack up. All your chats would stack up right here, and you could go back and see Kendall test at this address, got quoted at at 8,000 square foot. There's a picture of their house, and then any selections that they may have selected in the chat, so you have all that data correct. So Myron, I'm excited as well. Patrick, to finish on that point, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. So Microsoft just released a product. It's called UI Power Flows, and it's not quite finished. But basically, what UI Power Flows does is it allows you to record. Essentially, it digitizes your UI movements on a desktop, so it would record all my movements. And it, long story short, what it would allow is premise-based CRM systems or CRM systems that don't have an API. You would be able to basically build an API for that, and it's really interesting. I'll drop a YouTube link in this comments after it, with a link to that video, but that's kind of on the horizon. It's called the UI Power Flows. Microsoft just released it. It's super slick. And I don't know if anybody saw, but TrueGreen is actually releasing a bot. It's more around customer service. It's not the best. It's not the most pretty, but they're releasing a bot. Look it up. It's just TrueGreen chatbot, really. You can check that out. But so do you think the payment bot is more effective than a text message or email reminder? So Tyler, yes, I do, because we use a text message to kind of trigger that interaction. So what we do is we blast the 200 people that owe us money with a customized link. Hey, Karen, you owe us $500. Click this link to pay your bill. Then they would land on the payment bot, and they could either pay $500 or a partial payment. And then based on what they pick, then it would pop up and actually charge their card. I don't know of any texting platform right now that through the texting exchange, like in your iMessages or whatever, you can pay your bill through a chat conversation, like enter your credit card number. So that's why we usually text and then do a link to a payment bot, is because we obviously want to capture that money right in the moment when they want to take care of it. So currently right now we have we're going to have bots all over the country, basically in every regional market: Florida, Georgia, Delaware, Virginia, Colorado, Texas, Ohio, Michigan, North Carolina, Montana, Missouri, everywhere. So everywhere that anybody buys lawn care, we can help out. We can build you a platform to help you close sales, not pay a sales commission. And the best part is this product, as we're building a company around it, the parent company is called ServiceBot Inc. Corporation, which we're doing business as Lawnbot in this case, but we have solutions around pest, mosquito, and other home services as well, kind of on our roadmap and vision. So the product's only going to get better and more integrated as we go, as we get more adoption, and we really truly look forward to. I appreciate everybody's time on the live stream today. I know everybody's been working hard as we have, wrapping up the season. So just giving me 49 minutes of your evening to show you what I've been working on really means a lot to me. And if you'd like to get this going in your business, just go to lawnbot.biz, and we'll get you hooked up. So on that note, I'm about to pack it in for the evening. I'm going to head home and go get some dinner. So if you have any more questions about the product, let me know. You got my email and cell phone number. Let's see here. Yes, I'm going to answer one more question, Myron. It's going well. We've been email exchanging. They do have an open API, so there's that. And yes, we could retarget based on their products. So Mark, sorry I missed you. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. No worries. We'll catch up with you later. I know we've been talking to you for a few months about Stay Green and getting a bot hooked up out there. So really appreciate everybody's time, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you and hopefully helping you out with your bot and technology needs.